Lucas, make a fort save.
Uh, fort save or con check. Do not die.
Postpone your turn till after mine. You can hold your turn, right? Hold your death save.
Hang on, let me get this done. There we go. Okay. Is this the contract to not bleed, or is it a
It
different
is
effect?
the con check to not bleed out.
So
Okay.
it's a death save.
Yeah.
Yeah. 19. Don't have
Trying to
much.
figure out
How
what.
far into the negatives are you?
-3.
Yeah, then you're fine.
At -10, I die.
Okay. You should be good. All right. Bow.
I get on up here and use the healing husk. Bleh, I can't talk. I do the heal.
Also,
So
I'm
Heals.
pretty sure I'm also fatigued from losing rage, which is bad.
17 HP.
I'm back.
Do you feel better? Do you feel better?
I feel like shit.
Oh, but that's better than dead.
Okay. Also, I am fatigued for probably 12 rounds.
You'll walk it off.
I also can't rage which means I can't heal myself anymore.
Well, and then I'm going to use a swift action to try to reapply misfortune.
Okay.
It's a DC 21. Will save.
He fails.
He has the disadvantage again.
Woo. All right. Wyoming, it's your turn.
Halt.
Okay, I charge back in.
Uh, 33 fails, 40 hits.
Get him. Get him.
Get him.
That'll hit. $29 against prone.
What? No.
29 against. Is he prone on 29?
No.
No, but he
No.
still has the dex penalties.
29 will miss then if he's not prone. I was under the assumption that you were tripping him.
I can't trip him, he's too big.
Okay. So those are just regular attacks, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm dumb. I thought those. I keep expecting those to be trips. The
That is the
33 and
usual
40
thing.
are both attacks that hit. So roll damage for those.
Okay, I've already rolled damage for the 40 and the 38.
40 and 38, okay. And just roll me one more for the 33. Since that hit too. Oh! Did I count? I don't think I counted. 14. Okay. With these series of hits, the monster lets out a loud, ear-piercing roar, and slowly you see it beginning to melt.
Back up.
It just slowly letting out roars of anger, anguish, despair. It begins just melting into a pile of meat and ooze. And eventually, it disappears, leaving only Mikhail still in that undead-looking body that he was in prior. You even see that too is slowly beginning to melt. This, this ain't, this ain't how it was supposed to be. He said I was a mortal man.
Yeah, and you believed him. So, now who's the fool, really?
Okay.
No, he gets up to his knees. it, it don't matter anyway, man. He knows. He knows about this. About your little village. About your little place in the mountains. He knows now. He's coming.
And we're ready for him. We're ready for anything he's got to give.
You ain't really ready. I told you. You have no idea what you're up against.
Wyoming,
See
mind if I
his,
finish him off?
you don't have to as you see his body.
I don't-
His body is just falling to pieces and he just
Well, I think I want to do it anyway. To hit his rotting body. Give him one good hit.
I won't stop you. But
All
I'm
right.
fine with letting him suffer. Let him feel a bit of whatever he did to Boss for longer.
Well, we still need to find him, and I want to see this guy dead. So,
he's laughing, just coughing out this just black ink. Not even blood.
Lucas charges a shock arrow.
Alright.
And 12 lightning damage, or electric damage,
Alright.
right in the head.
Well, a shock arrow hits him and just effortlessly goes through his head. See a gaping hole in between it. You can see the other side of the cave through his head for a split second before he continues to melt. Surprisingly, whatever happened to him doesn't kill him. But he is still just melting into nothingness. He's got something. All this was in preparation for what he has planned. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He continues to sing like that, his voice becoming more gargled and mumbled as he's just completely just melting away. He's got the whole world In his hands, he's got the whole world in his. He doesn't finish as he collapses to the ground, and what remains of Mikhail melts into just a pile of black ooze and dust.
All right.
See, beyond him is a chamber over here.
Over where?
The casing to continue into a small chamber right here. Ignore the rest of these doors. It's just this one.
I'm
In
not
this
interested
room,
in this evolution. No, I think you have a decanter.
Wait, what are you implying?
Do you actually have the decanter?
I do.
Redless water.
I do.
Uh-huh.
What, you want me to clean the floor?
Yeah.
All right. Is there just like a big puddle on the floor, or did he dissipate completely?
it's more just like small bits of ooze and dust.
Well,
I'm not taking chances this time.
okay. I spray it away.
All right. Spray out the water, and the water just effortlessly washes away what remains of Mikhail. You see it, you see the water, just seeping through the cracks of the ground until there's just wet ground. No trace of Mikhail remaining anywhere.
Is that sufficient?
Yeah, looks good to me.
All right. As you enter this room, you see against the wall, you see Boss. Just, he does not look good
Which wall?
right here.
I do a heal check on him to see how he's doing. Come on, roll 20. There.
All right. He looks like he is on death's door. If you rolled any lower, you probably would have believed he was dead.
Well, I will give
But
him. I will give him a
upon-
quick heal to at least pull him up from there.
Upon a close inspection, you hear the faint sound of ragged breathing.
Good.
All right.
I will spend a round of rage and to use etheric healing as well.
Hearing.
Fuck. I need.
You hear him.
I need hearing.
I need hearing.
I need healing.
Need more.
Need healing.
Need more HP.
All right. Well, between the two of you, you heal him just enough that he slowly opens his eyes.
And I take the hat and put it on his head.
Well, I prestidigitize the blood off first.
All right. You put the hat on. He just like looks it up. Thank you. I was afraid I'd die without my favorite hat.
Can't have that, can we?
Gotta look good even in the afterlife. You know what I'm saying?
Did you say he was tied up at all, or was he just sitting there?
No, he was just sitting there.
Okay.
What's that? Monster.
He's gone.
Very gone.
I bet that feral boy's shaking in his boots right now.
What happened? What did he do to you?
Best caught me by surprise.
Can you-
Before I could even summon heart, he just transformed into that thing, and he practically tossed me from one end of this cave to the other. So you're trying to get up, and you see, even with the healing, he's still in very bad shape.
How far did you say the village was from the cave?
From the cave, about a 15-20 minute run, so about 30 minutes walking normally.
Alright, well, Pal's like, I can teleport him back to the village, but I won't be able to take anyone else with me. Would you be alright going back on your own?
I think he'll be fine. Can I have some healing before I go? Before we go? Or at least a little more of it.
She channels an energy.
That's not bad.
Was there anything else we needed to take care of here?
Well, I just want to apologize for not taking him out the first time.
It's
We
not.
have a bit of a history, boss.
Was he talking to boss?
Mostly, yeah.
I didn't hear what you said the second one. I heard you say, sorry for not taking him out the first time, and I didn't hear what you said after that.
He said we had a bit of a history.
You see him raise a hand, and you see him just kind of put just a bloody paw on the top of your head. Don't worry, none of you. Just make sure next time if there's any insane, crazy cultist dudes like him, make sure they stay dead.
Yeah.
Probably
So
not
is it
go it
kind
alone
of
either.
Kind of in a joking tone.
Next time I probably won't be distracted by reuniting with my dad. So I think it'll be fine.
Also, don't ask why I'm so small. It's a long story.
It's actually a pretty short story, but
Hey! Alright, so you teleport back to the village with
yeah,
boss?
if there was nothing else, then yeah, she
No, yeah, this was it.
casts teleport. Since he's large, I can't take anyone else with me.
Okay.
He big.
So I'll just delete you from this. Delete!
Teleportal.
I am returning to town.
You know, with you this small, you can just ride on my back.
Alright. Going too fast. Oh no!
Zoom. He flies
Zoom.
out.
Alright. So while you two are returning, bow. You return to town first with boss in tow. And all of the I need to get rid of this shit. Anyways,
Oop.
when uh you return to town with Wyoming, all of the people like, whoa, and immediately after, a lot of the younger ungulates and predators of the big band all flock over to Boss. They're just like, Boss, what happened to you? Are you okay? He's like, I'm fine, little ones. Ain't no one can put me out like that. Should be thanking her. Looking up about. She's the one that saved me.
Well, I did have help.
They all just smile and thank you. Raphael and Zuge run up to the crowd. It's like, wow. You look about as dead as I feel.
On the inside.
Boss is like, ha. You don't want to help me into that village. You keep making jokes. Raphael's just like, come on, help him up. We'll get him the palm. The three of you, Raphael, and Zuge all help him into the walk into the village.
Yes, I help with my +1 strength modifier.
Hey,
You just give them fortune on their strength checks.
I don't have fortune.
What? I thought you did.
I
Never mind then.
take away fortune.
and so the three of you help Boss in, and immediately goes, "Oh my, what happened to him?" Did you hear what I said, Bob?
What? I did not.
Palm ran up to you and was like, "Oh no, what happened to him?"
He just got a little roughed up.
That's more than a little roughed up, but come on. Come with me. He's do I have palms? Where did I put her? Okay, there she is. Like, come, bring him over here. Goes into this building over here. With the four of you, you all get Boss into one of the beds. I haven't set up all of my medical equipment, but I should have just enough to start working on him.
If you need any help, just let me know. I'll do what I can.
Alright. And then, as you're leaving, the Boss is like, Raph, Zuge. They'll all look at Boss. He knows. The Pharaoh knows. He knows about all this. You need to warn everyone in Chang'an. Right. And two of them walk out as Palm begins work on healing Boss. Meanwhile,
Oh, Chang'an time? Or
Yep.
Meanwhile, thousands of miles away.
meanwhile in Chang'an, are all of my Chang'an people here?
I guess so. Nothing
Really?
said he did.
Maybe.
Are you here?
I'm here.
You're here? Okay.
Nadine?
Oh, hello.
Alright. So about a day has passed since you all had arrived in Chang'an. The morning comes and Lily, you wake up in that massive bed. The first thing you see when you wake up is the
Just said
picture
that
of...
she slept.
Oh, okay. I...
She just sat in the middle of the bed all night.
She just sat and just stared at the picture all night until morning came.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
That's Lily.
Well, regardless, you did the thing, and it is the day after. You can hear a bit of commotion outside your door.
Oh, what kind of commotion?
Just kind of you can faintly hear the sound of Manwich barking orders.
Sounds about right.
Yep.
I ignore it for now.
All right,
Is
you
he like
ignore it
right
for now.
outside, or like?
It sounds like what?
I said, is he right outside, or does it sound like he's further away?
Not right outside, but
Uh,
he's probably on the same floor. Anyways, you're just gonna chill in that room.
mhm.
Okay. Full. Where are you at? You're still in that library?
Waffle? I guess so.
Yep. All right. Well, while you're there, studying the books you found, you hear the door open and you see one of the other hunters come and is like, "Oh, Commander said you'd be here."
I just look at him over my book.
Manwich, he wants everyone to gather in the first floor. He says it's important.
Waffle nods.
Yeah, he nods and he begins leaving.
I guess Waffle hops into his airport through that hole in
All
the
right,
wall.
and just sail down to the first floor
To adventure.
to adventure. All right, Nadine, you are in a hospital bed
Yes, I am.
after trying to kill yourself. The day. Hang on, give me a second. All right. The day passed. Pretty much spent the entire day being healed by spells. And aside from a pounding migraine, uh, you are in relatively good shape. Oh yes, it did.
Fun times. Anybody notice?
Uh, you hear some talking between other doctors, and apparently, according to them, it was noticeable enough that several spells of silence had to be casted during the night.
Did it help?
Nope.
Feels bad.
I think Hang on, was it days or months that you're telekinetic now?
It was
It was days.
Range.
it was like 5 days, I think.
It was days. And the other was months.
2d4 day. What was the months?
I believe
The damage, I
you're
think.
talking about the telepathy, right?
Telepathy, yeah, get with a
That
range of
lasts
100
for
feet
5
for
days.
2d4 days. 5 days. Okay. Alright, well, you see B. Is it B or Bay? I can't remember.
It's B.
Alright. See B coming in with a wheelchair. She just looks at you.
No.
Right. She doesn't she doesn't even begin to speak, and you just go, no. I had a feeling you'd be.
Don't say it. No. No.
She reaches into her pocket and she pulls out a bottle of fine top quality whiskey.
I'm gonna look around. Okay, am I in another hospital gown?
You're just in a regular hospital gown.
She's
But
gonna
your stuff is right in the corner.
she's gonna get out from the bed and go into her stuff to pick up that one item I have that is, let me see what it's called. Oh, the flask of infinite sake. That she's going to wave it in front of her, or I mean, in front of B.
All right. Well, she hmm. Please get in the chair.
Nadine puts the cloak on, completely ignoring B.
Miss Palm taught me a few spells before we split. So please get in the chair.
I taught myself a few spells as well. It's called a bullet through your skull. And it's a good deal more effective than anything you could cast. You spell casting scum.
Make a will save.
Mind affecting? Yes, I'm gonna assume yes, and I'm gonna give myself
Yep,
the -2 penalty.
it is mind affecting. That failed. You are once again affected by Dominate Person.
Not again.
Just goes, please get in the chair. And you are compelled to get into the chair. And that She takes you down to the first floor. But before we go, she goes, "You can act normally like you aren't dominated." It is
Can I get out of the chair?
um once you do once she does get you to the first floor, yes you may.
Cool. I am out of the chair now.
Yep, you are out of the chair. Anyways, it seems everyone is gathering around. The only person that seems to not be there is Flame Lily. Which, after a few minutes, Lily, you hear a knock on your door. They go doo 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 doo.
Okay. She's gonna walk over and yes.
You open it.
Right.
You hear on the other side, Lily, you in there?
She opens the door.
You open the door.
Yeah.
Mantis is on the other side.
Man,
He does not have a good look on his face. He looks
does he look angry or does he look
not angry. It's more
worried?
a little worried, a bit of panic. I'm gathering everyone to the first floor. We got some pretty big information from the folks down in the village.
Down at the village. Are they alright?
They're fine. Boss isn't, but we'll get to that.
She nods her head. You said that we need to meet?
Everyone's gathering down to the first floor.
I'll be there.
Good. I see him just walk up to the edge and he just literally just hops off.
I suppose he's not leading the way then.
Wait, what?
She's gonna dimension door down.
Okay. Well, as you get there, for a couple moments after everyone gathers up, see Manwich. It's okay. He can. Manwich can take a 15. Manwich can take a 30-foot drop. He can take it. That's also a wonderful story I need to tell that I don't think I have told. About a player I used to play with that just dropped off a dragon and took a 60-foot drop. Well, that's for a later time. Anyways, so after a couple minutes, you see Manwich walking up. You're all gathered just outside of Chang'an. Manwich walks out. You're all probably wondered why you all gathered together today. We've received some news from the farming village. Earlier this day, the village was attacked by a force of undead.
Undead.
Yes. The group managed to rout the undead and destroy them. We also got reports that among two of the undead We got reports that among the undead force, 2 of them were former archdukes of the Herd of Heaven. According to this information, these archdukes were assassins. The targets in question were Lucas and Wyoming.
I see.
Luckily, neither of them were harmed, and the assassins were destroyed. Boss followed who he assumed to be the orchestrator of the attack. However, he was ambushed and beaten near death. With the combined efforts of Wyoming, Lucas, and Bao, they were able to destroy the monster and save Boss. However, just before this monster died, it contacted the Pharaoh and informed us of our locations, both the village and Chang'an. Long story short, the bad guys know we're here now. So, we're putting everything on hold, and we're getting ready for war. Any plans, any projects, it's all on hold. Lily,
Yes.
I'm giving you a very special mission. I want you to lead
To lead?
your own squadron comprised of siege weapons and ballistics. Am I thinking of the right word? I think so.
Mm-hmm. Artillery could be the right word.
Artillery. Siege weapons probably would have just been what I probably would have just gotten the point across, but cannoneers, catapultists, ballistas,
Ballistas.
ballistas. It's going to be a force that you're going to run for the time being.
Chinettes.
Waffle, you and Samson are going to be cooperating an artificer's unit comprised of magic and whatever science doodads Samson comes up with.
All right.
Everyone else will be a frontline military unit led by me. We don't know when or where they're going to be hitting, but we need to be ready. Samson will be spending most of the day creating walls to close up certain paths around the mountains so that the bad guys only have one way in and one way down. Going over the entire match structure, we know the only place that they can potentially hit. We are going to work to set up any and all defenses to make sure not one of them get through to this city. That is all. You're dismissed. And they'll all begin dispersing. He walks down and he walks up to you. He kind of motions over to Waffle and Nadine. Tell them to come over.
Well, I guess I go over.
Nadine whips over.
Is he dismissing Lily as well? Or...
No, he walked up to you.
Oh, okay.
We need to prepare for anything that the crawling chaos throws at us. So the four of us, we're going to prepare battle strategy.
But the four of us?
He just looks at Nadine. I don't know why I keep giving you second chances. But she's got good skill with a gun.
Skill with a gun isn't strategy.
Sometimes a bullet to the brain's all you need. But look, just trust me on this, all right?
Well, I'm certainly more precise than your explosives, or whatever they are.
Right. I don't even understand half the things I can do.
I could try.
You can. Fine. We'll allow you in the talk, but don't think I'll respect your opinion any further than it gives itself credit.
Waffle, are you in Roll20?
Nope.
Okay.
Can you drop me a link?
Yeah. I'm gonna use just the map I have planned for the Chang'an side for the strategy preparations.
Well, I mean, he never respected my opinion anyways, so nothing changes.
Sure things do. Your opinion gets voiced at all.
Considering I had one in the first place.
Anyway,
Okay.
Manwich.
Come with me. And he begins leading the group into a room. It's essentially one massive war room. Maps are set up on pretty much on every corner of the wall, and in the center is a large table of a map consisting of the mountainous region around Chang'an. So, Manwich guides everyone together. He cuts the lights, and only from like the table, the map itself kind of just like lights up. He begins.
Hello?
God damn it!
Wrong music.
No, it was the right music. It's just there we go. So here's the situation. I'm having Samson closing off every possible route through the mountains into Chang'an. He has the magic capabilities to do so. He'll use the mountainous area to close off any gaps, practically moving the earth itself and reshaping it to how we want it. Unfortunately, no matter what we do, there will only be one path that the enemies can get through to.
Why not close that one off as well?
This takes a long amount of time, what Samson does.
By the way, is this
And
it? The map.
that's
Or
that's it.
And where is the town in this? Or is this just the...
It's just the path. The town isn't in this.
Okay, so Waffle looks at it. Mind if I
So
draw on it?
go for it. So he points. The path to the city is here. This is the path we want all the enemies to avoid. We'll know we have at least several entranceways that they will be getting through. One up here. Let's see. One down here. One here. And finally one here. As you can see from this map, we already have several defenses already set up. These rocks here is a plan me and Samson have been working on. These boulders, once they collide with the ground, will set off an explosive charge inside. These things are essentially giant bombs.
Crude but effective.
Well, you should know me by now. I don't do anything fancy.
Sure.
Now, we have several plateaus that we can put some units on. I'd like these to be range units, snipers, siege weapons. We can airdrop siege weapons from the sky. Have a large plateau right in this area, and a smaller plateau here. Finally, we have, even though it's not on, you can kind of see what he's pointing to off the map. One small little clearing plateau on this end. It goes off the map, but small enough we can get a small force in that area. Finally, we are going to set a small group of spellcasters in this small area right here. It's small, it's dark, it's hidden from view. Their goal is to get a good few spells in, and get the hell out of there so they don't get routed out by the enemies. That's everything we've planned.
Well, do we have mines and spare explosives? No need for big ones. Small one is enough.
We have a small supply of grenades. We have about a total of 20 grenades.
Do we know if the enemies employ airborne forces?
We're going to assume they do.
All right, give me some numbers. How many enemies are we talking about here?
Well, we won't know until they come.
War levels, assumedly.
That's very helpful.
We are preparing for a large force, however.
That's very vague. Like, what, 10,000, 100,000, a million?
What we could do is dismantle those grenades and put them inside the rock wall, like here, and maybe here, and here. That way, even after the rocks has been pushed down, anytime a bunch of enemies come, we can just blow the rock face on them, and then they will have a lot of rubble to climb over to. Gives more time to pick them off.
That's good.
The cannoneers can be put up here because they have.
In that case,
about the largest.
I would want He's looking.
Are the arrows on the map like where the enemies are like headed?
So this arrow here is the entrance to the city, and the rest of these entrances is where Manwich pointed out is where the bad guys would potentially be able to come through.
All right.
So anyhow, as I said, cannons should be up here because that's where they get about the most field of fire. Because they can shoot down right here, right here, right here, and even over here. So they can just basically control this entire half of the map. Where is the delete for this? Sharpshooters could be up here on the second one, because there is a pretty large area over here without any obstructions, so they can just pick and choose whoever they want to shoot, and just the standard gunners are left to the remaining area where they can just pepper anything that comes through, maybe over in the crossroads. If we have mines, we can put them there as well.
I'll see if we have any mines, or if we can't craft any before when and how many show up.
What if
We could also basically mess about them one area like this one and just fill it with water, and then they probably can go through. Or maybe we can fill it with water and then just remove the block and just have the water wash them away down the hill. Basically, we just make a reservoir and just, blow the door.
If we
Do we
had
have any,
fairly cantered, we could do that.
You hear him just chuckle to himself. Operation Katrina. I remember that.
Oh God. Do we have
He's
any
thinking.
aerial forces?
Unfortunately, he's looking. We do. We also have a few extra pairs of the boots of flight to allow people to fly. And we have a few extra scrolls on standby in case some spellcasters run out of spells.
Well, to be fair, the biggest defense should be this half of the map, which I marked with purple. This. Because this area I'm guessing it's pretty marshy with all the dead trees and stuff, so it will take a while until everybody just waddles over here. This big area will be taken care by the spellcasters and the sharpshooters anyways. And just using water if we have rain and stuff to just, mess up the roads. So it will just simply be harder to walk through it. They get those terrain debuffs.
What if the ground is wet or whatever, we could just drop some spikes in the ground, right?
Well, palisades are always an idea. Dig some holes, little traps. Even if it's just one enemy. I mean, we can just get the random foot soldiers to do it if they have nothing to do.
Yes, let's just dig a pit.
With sharpened sticks in it.
Yeah, it should work.
We can actually check if there are any caves under this. Put any explosives we have into that, and then somebody comes over it and just blow the entire thing up. Entire side of the hill will just collapse.
Unfortunately, there aren't any underground caverns.
Sad.
That said, I do like the idea about the spikes.
There's another idea. What if we made some of the covered some of the terrain in oil and set that on fire as the enemies were passing by?
Looking around. This entire side is pretty dry.
Yes, and it's got plenty of wood already.
Well, I guess the spellcasters are going to set it on fire anyways. With their spells and stuff.
Jeanette.
So, here's what we're going to do.
Could also
We're going to
provide
turn some of
directions
these
and stuff,
trees into... I'll get a... Okay. I see what's a good color for manwich.
Brown.
Battleship gray. Let's go with let's go with pink because pink is a manly color.
Yep, the manliest.
And there's I'm gonna make a few of these trees into practically fireballs. Oil them up, light them up. They're bound to cause quick wildfires.
And that should cause enough distraction for the spellcasters to get away if they get spotted.
Let's just get...
Okay, if we're going to have sharpshooters, whatever you'd like to call them, if we're not placing any here, then we're probably screwed. Unless you want to waste the cannonball on one straggler.
You got a point. So we'll get sharpshooters and riflemen up here. Sharpshooters and riflemen up here. I'm sure you'd like to be part of that. He's looking at Nadine.
I have other plans. You need not concern yourself with them.
Care to share with the rest of the class?
Maybe later.
I don't trust later.
I would like... I agree. I would like to know what you got planned in that noggin of yours before you actually do it.
Especially with all your previous plans and how they've went. So
Can I cast Zone of Truth?
No, not more dominate first, please. I mean, well, it's a little rough, but how many bombs do we have?
Aside from the 20 grenades, we have a few alchemical fires.
We're using
Yeah.
explosives for the trees, right?
We're gonna use just easy. It's gonna be simple oil and torches. Quick flaming arrow hits the torches, lights up the trees.
Now, how many can be carried in a bag of holding? Let's say.
Enough.
Yeah, enough.
Okay, it's a rough plan, but
You really don't need a bag of holding. You could probably just get a regular bag and get what you need.
I mean, depends how many bombs you're willing to sacrifice.
We're gonna work on creating as many as we can, so
okay.
Our first goal is to get these lined up with explosives. And then any surplus is free game.
I would like to know where you're trying to use this because
If you so insistent, Highlighter. I come from here. I use my hat of disguise to not look like I'm alive, living Undead, you get the idea. I go over to within their masses, and then I blow them up.
Why not just, get in the boat and Waffle just carries you above everybody. And then you can snipe from the boat. While Waffle keeps an eye on everything that's happening and relays it to people with some radio or something. And
I was thinking of going a little deeper, let's say.
But it's a boat. He can fly. Waffle can fly anywhere. I mean, no, I can fly anywhere. So as long as we have some kind of anti-air, maybe in the sniper's corner.
I can do it myself.
So, let me get this straight. You plan on taking a bag full of bombs and blowing yourself up in the middle of the bad guys.
I'm not going to blow myself up, per se. I'm just going to throw them at other people.
Why not just put them under the ground and just put a tripwire over it and that's it?
Yeah. Hey.
As I said, toss it from the boat.
I think I got a better idea for what kind of bombs you can use.
But don't leave me in suspense.
Have you heard of a nail bomb?
No.
Well, long story short, big pot, glass jar, full of nails. Boom.
Right, because if a bag of holding's ruptured, it sprays out its contents.
I prefer using a regular bag because I don't want to waste a bag of holding on one big old bomb.
I think I agree with you on the tactical sense.
See, that wasn't so hard, was it?
Yeah, it wasn't hard. Next time, try not to imply that you're going to run away from battle.
Oh, I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Well, I still would be feeling a little bit better if we have somebody following you. So, as I said, I am going to just float around with the boat and just, keep an eye on everything that's happening, relaying orders and stuff.
Do what you will. Do what you are imposed to. I don't care.
I did not understand the first half. What was that?
Do whatever you feel imposed to. I couldn't care less.
All right.
Well, just don't get yourself killed.
Yeah. I guess I could make an attempt.
This kind of gives you a look. Anyone else got anything else?
You might come up with stuff later, but the standard boiling oil, boiling water.
I feel like if we added anything more, it would just subtract the amount of man hours for setting up everything else.
Well, if we have time, we can add stuff later. But for now, this will work, yeah.
I would suggest pits if we run out of time. I mean, if we don't run out of time tonight.
All right. Waffle, you want to put that boat to good use?
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna have an archer up in there with you. Give you a few scrolls of invisibility so you can keep yourself and your boat cloaked.
Okay.
The archer's job will be to light up these trees. Meanwhile, while you're up there, whatever you want, extra bombs, extra spells, you name it, I'll try and get it to you.
Well, bombs will be useful, probably, but we will decide on what will be available.
All right. Looking at everything. This seems to be pretty good for now. All right. Looks at everything. I want you all to start preparing. I don't know when or where they're going to start coming from, but we need to be ready. We need to be ready yesterday. I'm going to have Samson and his scratches start working on bombs, any other extra weapons. I'm going to start working on getting siege weapons in position. Start getting these rocks made, pointing to the rock bombs. Get these trees oiled up and filled with torches. This is good. Let's hope it works. All right. Y'all got anything else? Feel free to come to me. For now, you're dismissed. You just stands up straight, slams his hands on the map, and looks at everyone and goes, "Let's get to work, kids." And that is where we're going to be ending session for the day.
All right. Just one quick thing though.
Mhm.
Where could I get some of those rocket boots?